Google Earth could be used to help you teach in your geography lessons. Using Google Earth, you could show your students a better view of places, unlike maps. You could show them places related to your lessons, like landscapes, continents, close-ups of rivers, close-ups of countries, landmarks, and many other things. Today, I'll be showing you a few ways how you could use some of those examples I said in Google Earth for your lessons. For example, for landscapes, if you want to show your class a landscape of the mountain, then zoom into a mountain range on Google Earth, or search up a specific mountain. I will be using Mount Everest in Tibet, China as an example. So you go to your search bar and search up the landscape of the place you want. When Google Earth goes to that landscape, zoom into that area and turn on photos in your layers. You should have the box photos checkmarked and little photo icons should be on your Google Earth. By clicking on one of those photo icons, it will give you a picture of the landscape of that mountain. By clicking on that picture again, Google Earth will enlarge the picture to get a better view of it. As well, a little mountain icon will pop up, and if you click on it, it will give you the elevation of that mountain and other information. You could place a place mark on that mountain to remember which mountain it is and where it is when you are presenting it to your class. If you want to show your class a certain landmark in the world, you could search it up in the search bar, like the Eiffel Tower. Once you are at your landmark, you could put it in a view where you would like it to be remembered. You could also place a place mark on it so it will be in the same view when you want to refer back to it. Go to layers and make sure your borders and labels are checked marked. See, it's unchecked marked right now and there's no borders and labels, and now there are borders and labels. And go to the country you wanted to show your class, like Canada. You could show them a country, and just like a map, you could see the names and provinces. But now you could zoom into the country and see the cities and how the country actually looks like. You could add a place mark onto the country so you don't have to search up the country again, and put it in the position you wanted it to be. In your layers, you should make sure your water body outlines are checkmarked, which could be found under layers and under more. Now when you zoom into a place or a country, you will see the lakes and rivers in that country because it will be outlined in a light blue line. Like here, Lake Sewell. You could add a place mark to refer back to it later when you need it for your class. In your layers, checkmark volcanoes and earthquakes, which are under gallery. And as you zoom into the earth, you could see the earthquakes icons and the volcano icons that had happened on the earth. And by clicking on one of the icons, like the earthquake icon, you could see the magnitude and the date and depth of that earthquake. And when you click on the volcano icon, you could see the type of volcano it is, the name of the volcano, and other information about the volcano. Now you could add a place mark onto the volcanoes and earthquake icons so you could refer back to it later. And you could have a whole lesson on the magnitude of the earthquake and the types of volcanoes it is and how it looks, and talk about the volcanoes and earthquakes and how they affect the economy in the area in your lesson. You could also measure how far it is from one place to another. For example, you want to know the distance from the Eiffel Tower in Paris to the Empire State Building in New York City. You could add place marks on those places you are trying to find the distance to help you make it easier to find the distance. And using the ruler tool, click a starting point like the Eiffel Tower. Click and drag your earth. And once you're roughly near your end point, plant the second point around your second place mark like the Empire State Building. Then you'll see the rough length of the distance from the two landmarks. You could save the distance and name the distance between the two distances you were trying to find the length of. Those are just a few ways to use Google Earth for your geography classes, and I hope you found this video useful.